Welcome back on final part of Sony, which is part 4. Anyways, continuing the coverage about Sony.
Sony is a Kawashiki geisha, registered to the Tokyo Stock Exchange in Japan and the New York Stock Exchange for overseas trading.
As of 31 March 2020, the largest shareholders of Sony are as follows. Citibank as depositary bank for American depository receipt holders, 9.4%.
The Master Trust Bank of Japan, nominated investment trusts, main account, 8.2%.
Japan Trustee Services Bank, nominated investment trusts, main trust account, 6.1%.
Trust account 7, 2.4%.
Trust account 5, 2.1%.
And JP Morgan Chase Bank 385632, 3.2%. As of July 2020, Sony, one of the largest Japanese companies, by market capitalization and operating profit, was valued at over $90 billion.
At the same period, it was also recognized as the most cash-rich Japanese company, with its net cash reserves of 1.8 trillion yen.
The company was immensely profitable throughout the 1990s and early 2000s, in part because of the success of its new PlayStation line.
The company encountered financial difficulty in the mid to late 2000s due to a number of factors. The global financial crisis, increased competition for PlayStation, and the devastating Japanese earthquake of 2011.
The company faced 3 consecutive years of losses leading up to 2011.
While noting the negative effects of intervening circumstances such as natural disasters and fluctuating currency exchange rates, the Financial Times criticized the company for its lack of resilience and inability to gauge the economy, voicing skepticism about Sony's revitalization efforts, given a lack of tangible results.
In September 2000, Sony had a market capitalization of $100 billion, but by December 2011 it had plunged to $18 billion, reflecting falling prospects for Sony but also reflecting grossly inflated share prices of the dot-com bubble years.
Net worth, as measured by stockholder equity, has steadily grown from $17.9 billion in March 2002 to $35.6 billion through December 2011.
Earnings yield, inverse of the price-to-earnings ratio, has never been more than 5% and usually much less. Thus Sony has always traded in overpriced ranges, with the exception of the 2009 market bottom. On 9 December 2008, Sony announced that it would be cutting 8,000 jobs, dropping 8,000 contractors and reducing its global manufacturing sites by 10% to save $1.1 billion per year. In April 2012, Sony announced that it would reduce its workforce by 10,000, 6% of its employee base, as part of CEO Kazuhira's effort to get the company back into the black.
This came after a loss of 520 billion yen, roughly US $6.36 billion, for fiscal 2012, the worst since the company was founded.
Accumulation loss for the past 4 years was 919.32 billion yen.
Sony planned to increase its marketing expenses by 30% in 2012.
1,000 of the jobs cut come from the company's mobile phone unit's workforce.
700 jobs will be cut in the 2012 to 2013 fiscal year and the remaining 300 in the following fiscal year.
Sony had revenues of 6.493 trillion yen in 2012 and maintained large reserves of cash, with 895 billion yen on hand as of 2012.
In May 2012, Sony's market capitalization was valued at about $15 billion.
In January 2015, Sony announced it was selling its U.S. headquarters building for $1.1 billion to a consortium led by real estate developer the Cheshire Group. On 28 January 2014, Moody's Investors Services dropped Sony's credit rating to A1, judged to have speculative elements and a significant credit risk, saying that the company's profitability is likely to remain weak and volatile. On 6 February 2014, Sony announced it would trim as many as 5,000 jobs as it attempts to sell its PC business and focus on mobile and tablets. In 2014, Sony South Africa closed its TV, hi-fi and camera divisions with the purpose of reconsidering its local distribution model, and in 2017, it returned facilitated by Premium Brand Distributors, Property Limited. In November 2018, Sony posted its earnings report for the second quarter, showing it has lost about $480 million in the mobile phone division, prompting another round of downsizing in the unit, including the closure of a manufacturing plant and halving of its workforce. In November 2011, Sony was ranked 9th, jointly with Panasonic, in Greenpeace's Guide to Greener Electronics.
This chart grades major electronics companies on their environmental work.
The company scored 3.6/10, incurring a penalty point for comments it has made in opposition to energy efficiency standards in California.
Whoa!
It also risks a further penalty point in future editions for being a member of trade associations that have commented against energy efficiency standards.
Together with Philips, Sony receives the highest score for energy policy advocacy after calling on the EU to adopt an unconditional 30% reduction target for greenhouse gas emissions by 2020.
Meanwhile, it received full marks for the efficiency of its products.
In June 2007, Sony ranked 14th on the Greenpeace Guide.
Sony fell from its earlier 11th place ranking due to Greenpeace's claims that Sony had double standards in their waste policies.
As of May 2018, Greenpeace's 2017 Guide to Greener Electronics rated Sony approximately in the middle among electronics manufacturers, with a grade of D+. Since 1976, Sony has had an environmental conference.
Sony's policies address their effects on global warming, the environment, and resources.
They are taking steps to reduce the amount of greenhouse gases that they put out, as well as regulating the products they get from their suppliers in a process that they call green procurement.
Sony has said that they have signed on to have about 75% of their Sony building running on geothermal power.
The Sony Take Back Recycling Program allow consumers to recycle the electronics products that they buy from Sony by taking them to e-cycle recycling drop-off points around the U.S.
The company has also developed a bio battery that runs on sugars and carbohydrates that works similarly to the way living creatures work.
This is the most powerful small bio battery to date. In 2000, Sony faced criticism for a document entitled NGO Strategy that was leaked to the press.
The document involved the company's surveillance of environmental activists in an attempt to plan how to counter their movements.
It specifically mentioned environmental groups that were trying to pass laws that held electronics producing companies responsible for the cleanup of the toxic chemicals contained in their merchandise. In 2007, an investigation launched in 2002 by the European Commission culminated in Sony, Fuji and Maxell receiving a total of $110 million fine for fixing professional videotape prices between the years 1999 and 2002 through regular meetings and other legal contracts. At the time, the three corporations shared a combined 85% control of the market.
Sony's part of the fine was raised by a third for trying to obstruct the investigation by refusing to answer inquiries made by the EU officials and shredding of evidence during the multiple law enforcement raids.
During the year 2001, prior to the investigation, Sony sold professional videotapes for a total of €115 million inside the EU. Community engagements are IC Project. Sony Corporation is actively involved in the IC Project conducted by UNICEF.
IC digital photography workshops have been run for children in Argentina, Tunisia, Mali, South Africa, Ethiopia, Madagascar, Rwanda, Liberia, and Pakistan.
South Africa Mobile Library Project. Sony assists the South Africa Primary Education Support Initiative, SAPESI, through financial donations and children book donations to the South Africa Mobile Library Project.
The Sony Canada Charitable Foundation, SCCF, is a non-profit organization which supports three key charities: the Make-A-Wish Canada, the United Way of Canada, and the Earth Day and Eco Kids program.
Sony Foundation and You Can. After the 2011 Queensland floods and Victorian bushfires, Sony Music released benefit albums, with money raised going to the Sony Foundation.
You Can is the youth cancer program of Sony Foundation.
Open Planet Ideas Crowdsourcing Project. Sony launched its Open Planet Ideas Crowdsourcing Project in partnership with the World Wildlife Fund and the design group, Medio.
Street Football Stadium Project. On the occasion of the 2014 World Cup in Brazil, Sony partnered with Street Football World and launched the Street Football Stadium project to support football-based educational programs in local communities across Latin America and Brazil.
More than 25 street stadiums were developed since the project's inception.
The Sony Global Relief Fund for COVID-19. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Sony launched a relief fund in line with other media and tech companies to aid individuals working in the medical, education, and entertainment sectors. That's it for this news today. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel and turn on post notifications for more great contents, and see you in episode 7.